Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Your gun doctor here. We've been talking a lot recently about which SMG is really good when it hits quite some headshots. But I had the question in the comments below, what is the best SMG if you're only hitting chest shots? And that is a very good question because a lot of you are aiming disabled people. So you can barely hit a single headshot and you're mostly going to be hitting the upper body. And that's fine because that's exactly where actually probably 80% of the Warzone people hit, plus the occasional random headshot. So therefore, I would say that having an SMG that is absolutely banger when it's only hitting chest shots, that could be something interesting. I got two candidates for you that will surprise you because they're kind of off meta, but they're actually very good regardless. What would you think is it? Drop it in the comments below before you're watching further, and then see and add your comment if your guess was correct. Number one would be the NailGun. Yes, the NailGun. That might not come as the biggest surprise to all of you, but the NailGun has a unique damage profile. The NailGun has 66 headshot damage, 46 to the chest, 46 to the tummy, and 46 to arms and legs. So it pretty much doesn't matter where you hit, you will have these 6 shots to kill. And that is something that a lot of the SMGs are struggling with, because most of them do have different tummy, arm, and leg multipliers, where it's then like, if I hit a single arm and leg shot on my spray, the person moves a little bit, my time to kill always plummets by 1 or 2 shots to kill. So a lot of them have like 540, 550, 560 if you only hit chest shots. But then if one single shot goes arm and legs, boom, 640. Like suddenly the time to kill just vanishes away. The Mac 10 has that problem, for example. The MP5s have that a problem too. So it's kind of like then looking at the just chest shot perfect wouldn't be it. The NailGun is really good at that, but it shoots really slow. Interesting part though, the headshot neck shot multiplier on this gun, because the neck shot is this area. As we all know, you might occasionally hit that. That would be 62 damage. So it's not the full 100% headshot neck shot multiplier. But technically, if you're hitting this area, you hit 62. The only problem with that 62 is that you would have to hit one neck shot, 62, plus another neck shot, 124, and then 1, 2, 3, wherever shots. So you have a chance to go down to a 5 shot to kill without hitting a single headshot by just hitting the neck shot where you're aiming anyways for. I mean, the best way to aim at someone is not necessarily the head, it's actually like this area here, solar plexus style. Because sometimes the recoil just tackles you in the head, they crouch, and they actually crouch into the headshot. I mean, obviously you can focus the headshots if you feel secure about it, but mostly just aim for center body mass around the sternum, and if your gun has a neck shot multiplier, it will profit from that inevitably, and you actually drop your time to kill without hitting a single headshot by hitting 2 neck shots according to that. Most of the time you might end up with the 6 shots to kill, but that is 583 milliseconds if you wouldn't hit a single headshot. And that is pretty damn good, to be honest. Now a lot would say, Pony, why not the PPSH? But this is what I'm talking about with the PPSH. You need to hit 10 shots for a 597 milliseconds time to kill. 10 shots. But if you hit a single arm and leg shot, boom, 1 more shot to kill and your time to kill just goes away. If you miss a single shot with a NailGun to whatever body part, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because if you hit 6 shots, it's a kill, always. Now the second contester, and that one will probably surprise you a lot because the damage profile is insanely nice. The gun is also very good in total if you know how to play it, and that is the Aug Modern Warfare. The Aug Modern Warfare has many different builds, and you always have to look out to not ruin the ADS time and to kind of keep up with the movement speed as well. Obviously, it doesn't have the quote weapon movement speed. But if we're looking at the 5.56 AUG, the 5.56 AUG does 41 damage to the chest. Sadly, obviously, it also has tummy, arm, and leg multipliers. But these are 38 times 7, also a shot to kill. So you have 41 times 7 as 287 damage. Shot to kill. That is obviously a little bit overkill here, but you have 542 milliseconds. That is one of the lowest chest shot time to kills of all the SMGs, and you can hit wherever. The only problem here is that you don't have a neck shot multiplier. That being said, even if you would hit headshots, that's only 49 damage. You kind of need to hit 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 body shots. Luckily, all these body shots can be tummy, arm, and leg shots too. So the gun is extremely forgiving. It's super easy to get a 452 milliseconds time to kill because you only need 2 headshots for that. But even if you hit every single shot on the body, no matter where, for 542 milliseconds time to kill, extremely forgiving gun and the best gun to only land chest shots. But which build will we now have to play to then achieve that? Funny story, you can play the Aug completely hipfire because obviously, as you see here, you only need to hit your shots everywhere. The Aug has a 13.5 meter effective damage range, and the standard hipfire spread is 7.5 square pixels. That is the MP5 hipfire spread. So you could technically start with the 5 milliwatt laser. Interesting to think about here too is that the Einsight on the gun is chalked. So technically, if you would like to avoid the problem with the Einsight on the gun, you could just play the hipfire version. Sad part though is the gun doesn't have a no stock option, so you can't increase the hipfire like that. You could tops go for a Merc foregrip to give another 17%. But with that, you will reduce the hipfire area to 2.5 square pixel. Let me show you how that looks when you're shooting it. With the magazines, you have a second problem. As I said, the Aug is a special kind of gun. You need to play the NATO mag to get the insane good chest shot bonus damage. But if you play the 60 round mag, the 60 round mag will give you 6% movement speed minus. And that feels very low. Considering that you only have a 6 shot to kill though, I think the 30 round mag is a good option. If you then feel like your reload is not good enough, because with a 30 round mag, you have a reload speed of 2.2 seconds. Could reduce that with sleight of hand by 0.65. So we could go for a 1.5 second reload speed. And then you have a last attachment left over. And I think most of you would just choose the monolithic suppressor here. And you would actually have a good rifle off to run with not a huge movement speed minus, with no need to ADS because you're hip firing. But if you would have to ADS, you could still do that because it has a decent timed ADS of 235 milliseconds. So roughly around where the usual guns also have it. The only issue is that your movement speed is obviously not absolutely insane like it is on the Cold War guns. But the Cold War guns are broken movement speed wise anyways. Now this is your friendly neighborhood spider. the Aug. As you can see, movement speed is good. I mean, you don't feel slow. You're quite zooming. You can slide cancel within. The ADS time is there. It does feel a bit slower than, let's say, a Mag 10 ADS time, that's for sure. But again, you're mostly going to hip fire into full fire. So that's where ADS time significantly matters less. What are you doing, Jamothi? Leave those poor guys alone. So, if you do hip fire into full fire, the ADS time matters less and less. So if we're looking at the hip fire here now, for example, on 5 meters. And keep in mind, you can hit every single part of the body, right? Now we're doing 10 meters. Obviously, that's where you might want to consider not going for the full shots on hip fire. But don't forget, if you're on 10 meters and if you're shooting the gun like this, it's easy to keep on spawn. The only limitation is the Einsight. The Einsight ain't optimal. There's a way to get a rounded Einsight, but the reality is that the rounded Einsight ain't better than the notched Einsight here. It's like if they could remove the blacks with the dots in left and right, that would be perfect. Because then you would end up having a very clear Einsight that would like a crazy AK-74U Einsight. That would be fantastic. I mean, I wish there was any way I could do that. Go away. I'm testing guns here. Go away. Go away. Jeez, I hate you. Good. If there was any way to remove that, it would be perfect. But like this, it's already very good. Yes, there are other SMGs that also do good on chest shots. But most of them, when you go through it, it's always that hitting arm and leg shots, CX9, just plummets the time to kill. We're not talking about how easy it is to hit all your shots. I mean, luckily, the OTS9 with the insane fire rate, if you hit 9 chest shots, you have a 561 TTK. Yes, that's also possible. The OTS9 is like a zoomer. You go over the battlefield and you can easily do that. But in the case you hit a single arm and leg shot, you just lose your time to kill and you have to compensate with a headshot. Because that's like the thing with all these guns that have the low arm and leg multipliers. You need to compensate with headshots for the leg of the body shot damage, or for the downside of then the arm and leg shot damage. The Bison, for example, can hit wherever, but the standard chest wherever damage is only 642. So you need to hit a consecutive amount of headshots to actually be there. With 2, you could also get a lower time to kill on 7 instead of 6 shots. But you need to hit 2 headshots for that. AK-74U is good, but you can see that without headshots, the gun is useless. The nail gun, different. We talked about it. The Milano, straight off ripped. KSP, noped. Bullfrog is fantastic, but again, you need to hit 3 headshots or 2 headshots for a good chest shot TDK, and then your arm and legs too. If you would only hit chest shots, that gun is terrible. If you're not hitting headshot with that, you're out. Same goes for the Mac 10. You can see it here. If you hit a single arm and leg shot, it's 2 shots less to kill. Kind of need to compensate every now and then with a headshot to make sure that you're actually hitting your chest shot TDK. And this goes on and on and on for all the guns. And that's why I keep recommending the Aug and the nail gun. If you're unable to hit your shots in the heads, if you're really a body shooter, the Aug will be your best friend. And don't get disencouraged by the 30 round mag. You could swap it for the 60 round mag. You will feel sluggish and snailish. If that feels better for you though, with the 60 rounds, good. I mean, you have a fast reload speed of 1.5 seconds. Don't worry. It's super quick. You only need 6 shots to kill someone. If you ADS down, you'll feel the power of the gun. Just go, and they vanish like nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Was it the Aug? Was it the nail gun? What did you say? You probably said something like Mac 10, PPSH. I'm pretty sure a lot of you said PPSH in the comments. I'm going to be excited to read what you're actually putting down there. Did you think it could be these 2 guns? I hope I did surprise you. I hope you're enjoying this. Also, the new short format that we're bringing down. I wish you a fantastic good day. Hope you subscribe to get to see more, and see you in the next video.